What is going on, chat? Welcome to UTR Presents the Raw Deal. It's me. It's I didn't win shit. It's not the champion.
He's still not the champion.
Yeah, this is just Mongo today, but it's all right. It's okay. It's all right. I'll get my chance back soon enough. It's coming. Joining me today, of course, is my forever rival, the forever Intercontinental Champion, our current Are You Effing Serious quiz champion. He is Mr. Matty Reigns. How you doing today, Matt?
What's up, y'all? Matty Two Belts in the building. Matty Reigns is in the building. Just a few weeks ago, Matty Reigns popped up, and sure enough, the only tribal chief had to follow the tribal Matty to make his return. We both knew what time it was. We had to regulate. I'm not the predictions champion, unfortunately. So, new gimmick still will not be premiere. I will have a whole new gimmick thought of by the time I win.
By the time you post that one, like, all right, this is my new gimmick, but my new gimmick.
Right.
How's everybody doing? We got a nice little group going for us today to start off with. It's very nice. Thank y'all for joining us. If you want to know when we go live, facebook.com/undertheringpod, twitch.tv/undertheringpod. If you follow either one of those, you know when we'll go live. Let's see what's going on. Chat, Cookies, and Batty, of course, always here. Did you win?
I have finally watched all of SummerSlam now. That's why I was late. I watched the match I fell asleep on.
I had to finish up yesterday before House the Dragon.
Because I went to Hops on the Hill. I did a 6-pack challenge and had 6 beers. And I died just before Gunther went on to win the World Heavyweight Championship.
That was the best match of the night.
I woke up and it was Bloodline rules. I said, oh, I know what I missed.
You ain't missed shit until the very end of that match, to be honest with you. That match was not great. Yeah, that's kind of
the turn. That's what I missed.
Yeah, you missed the Finn. Yeah. That was kind of the whole consensus of this show. And I saw a lot of people getting weirdly upset and causing fights because some people love this show. A lot of great storyline development. Some people didn't love it because the matches themselves were fine. You know, like in ring, not as good as we've seen before.
Right.
But I think it's kind of like comparing like different types of movies. You know, like if I like horror, like if I want to go see a slasher movie, I'm not going to be upset that it's not a psychological thriller. You know,
right.
If I'm going to go see like a rom-com and it doesn't have like a detective story in it, I'm not going to be upset. Like you're going here for the most casual wrestling thing you can get. It's more about the story, less about the matches. You want good matches? That's AEW. You know, that's other places.
I'll get into it just from I love wrestling and everything, but just looking at it as all right. That's basically why I said basically the reigns that started at WrestleMania. All right, which of these are about to end? Like now it's time to continue the story that you've been telling since April. It's time to finish that story and go on to something else. Like let's close the rest.
It was damn near all of them, Matt.
Right.
It was damn near all of them. I mean, well, I think since Mania, only one person has kept their belt on the main roster. I think it's just Cody.
Cody is the only person. Like even because I cut off SummerSlam right after the Jelly Roll segment. And even looking at that, I said, well, shit, just what was it? It hasn't even been 6 months. Just a few months ago, both of those teams in Awesome Truth and A-Town Down Under were the tag champ. And now they're doing a segment with Jelly Roll.
Yeah, well, you know, it's Miz, and if there's ever a celebrity around, it's going to be Miz.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he was perfect for it, but I was just like, well, damn, like, just how quick WrestleMania came and went. They said, nope.
Yeah.
What's up, kid? What's
Tito? Got Tito and Kenny in the chat. Good God. Oh, you know, all right. So we'll go and let y'all know. The winner for chat is Cookies. Cookies retained his championship over the weekend. Congratulations, Cookies.
The king of Dangalang.
Yeah, congratulations, Cookies. That's what he was waiting on to type. He didn't want to type until he had the belt. There it is. There it is. All right, so let's get into SummerSlam. Overall, it was fun. It was a fun show. I don't know what people are so mad about. Like, they're upset. People were getting into actual arguments last night and the night before.
I don't see how they could be upset about the show. Like we said, it was a storyline-driven show.
I think it was people that just like they wanted the in-ring to be the most important thing. I'm like, that's just not WWE. Like, if that's what you're looking for, it's not going to happen. You know, you can go anywhere else for that. That's it was predictable. I think we mostly had the same picks unless we tried to do anything random. It was a pretty predictable show, but it was storyline wise, it was pretty great. We started off with Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley for the World Championship. Rhea's shoulder still bothering her in this match. She actually popped her shoulder back into place in a pretty nasty looking spot.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, Dirty Dom is there, and Dom is with Rhea. And Dom stops her from using a chair because she doesn't want her to be disqualified. And then he ends up sliding a chair in place for Liv to hit the Oblivion, which seals the deal. And then, we were like, oh, was that on purpose? And then
Right.
Dom and Liv suck face. So yeah, that was real. That was it. Dom and Liv finally.
Mom's been played.
Yep. It was rough. It was a bad night for Rhea. It was a bad night for Judgment Day as a whole. I guess maybe not Judgment Day, but two former leaders of Judgment Day. This, it was solid. It was again, it's more about the turn than anything else. We're just kind of waiting for the turn. What did you think of the final reveal?
I think it was cool. It was properly executed for the longest. We were expecting the heel turn. We were expecting him, Dom, to turn on Rhea, but he waited all the way until like 9.9999 to finally do it. So for them waiting all the way until the last exact moment for him to turn, I'll give them that because that was the slowest of all slow burns.
Yeah. So Rhea, I guess, is out of Judgment Day. We'll learn more about that tonight on Raw. Again, Kenny and Tito are saying in chat, like predictable. Yeah, but predictable isn't bad. And I think I even heard like Dave Meltzer say over the weekend, like it wasn't like a good wrestling as far as in-ring product goes. It was fine. The storylines might have been predictable, but predictable can be good as long as the story is good. And the stories have been good.
Right.
Story's been good. Next match is Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn. So one of my tiebreakers for this show, Matt, was how long does this match go? And we were all like, it's going to go a little long. It's going to go. They're going to go longer than we're thinking. Nope. No, it did not. This went 5 minutes and 40 seconds. I'm still not even sure if that time's correct because Braun just whooped Sami's ass. Just a straight up beat down. It was a big show for Braun, and it was kind of needed. He needed to do this.
They Drago'd Sami. It was needed, like you said. He had a good run. It all went into the title reigns and started at WrestleMania. Needed to be ending at SummerSlam. Gunther has lost and won a King of the Ring. He had lost the IC title and won the King of the Ring since in the time that Sami has been IC champion, and he basically won, and he won another title in that same time period. Like Sami, it was time. Like you had a good run. I don't know what they about to do with him. Like a lot of folks, he about to be back in bloodline stuff. Like I hope not. That would be kind of redundant.
Yeah, I know people are thinking maybe we're going to get Sammy and Roman and Cody and like maybe Jay in the in War Games at SummerSlam or Survivor Series, not SummerSlam.
Right.
Maybe, but I think it would make more sense if it's just Jimmy instead of Sammy.
Like, there's no point in going. Like, I know everybody they want to go all in on the reunion, but there's no point in basically doing this like the Shield. Like, make them come together 1 to 2 times max. Like, the first time has to be them like bumping into each other. Then it has to be we teaming up, and then they teaming up at War Games. Like, don't be having them all hanging out. Like, you just had Sammy and Jimmy team up a few weeks ago. I'm like, all right, cool. I guess we doing this again. They beat Finn and JD. So to me, I'm like, all right, y'all need to be getting a title shot. But who knows what's about to happen? I honestly don't have a problem with Sammy disappearing for a little bit because I feel like he's earned that time off.
He has. He is like Cookie said. He kind of was a reason that the Bloodline storyline managed to go farther than it was supposed to. Like, he gave it legs,
right?
In that last year that it was just really struggling. Right before they finally pop back into place, they needed Sammy there to kind of keep them moving. So I would say Sammy. It's okay if you want to put him there. It's just the problem is Sammy should be done with the Bloodline now. Like,
yeah,
we're way past the point where he needs to be back in the Bloodline. Where's Carlito go now that JD broke up? Carlito goes with whoever has a PS5.
He goes home. That's where he goes.
He goes home.
He goes home.
Carlito, that I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna miss Reed just walking around. Just why the fuck? Why is he here? Why is he? I don't know. He's just here.
Carlito probably gonna be just sitting up in the clubhouse. It's just empty. It ain't gonna be nothing up in there.
Bloodline wasn't very oozy that last year until Sammy. Yeah, Sammy saved the Bloodline for that.
Yeah, he did.
Run.
With merchandise.
With LA Knight defeating Logan Paul for the United States Championship. Logan Paul got in some little trouble last week, and people were thinking that
he sped up. We needed that title off of him, and he just sped it up by running his mouth.
By not learning to shut the hell up. Yeah, so I don't know if this was the plan or not. I feel like it kind of was.
Right.
But people are saying, oh, he lost it because of what he said on Twitter.
No.
I don't think that's the case. I think
he won the U.S. title last SummerSlam. Ricochet was still in the company when he beat him. Like, he was long overdue for being a celebrity. As good as he is, as great as he is as a wrestler, he's still a celebrity. That's a long title reign for your mid-card belt. And SmackDown has suffered from having Roman, from having the Bloodline, from having him as their champions. You've had people like Bayley be an unsung hero for having to carry that show, and people like Bianca and Jade, because the people that got belts on them aren't on TV. So,
that's right.
Regardless of what he said, it was time. It was definitely time. They got a whole mid-card that is ready. You got Mello, you got Andrade, you got Escobar, you got Dragon Lee.
And LA Knight doesn't even have to hold that belt for that long.
Right.
We just had some long ass let's pop this thing around a little bit, let LA maybe hold it till like Survivor Series or something, drop it, get ready for Rumble, there's and Mello, my God, Mello, him and Andrade are having a heater of a feud on Fridays.
Yeah, we got
Montez. One of them getting it. Montez. Yeah, Montez is another one. Bobby apparently isn't gone yet, even though he has to be soon, but he apparently is still around. They're still thinking they might be able to re-sign him. Doubt it, but we'll see.
He gonna show up in TNA and beat up Speedball. We're gonna be like,
Nia Jax beat Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship.
Better have.
Yeah, good. As a Bayley fan, as a Bayley mega fan, good. That was the right decision. It was time. Nia's earned it. What a run she is. The amount of people that she has turned into just like fans this year alone, she's doing great.
She took that hate personally and she channeled it into improving. And she's done a complete 180 with her career since she's returned. Like, between Vince being gone and Triple H being in control and Rock being there and Nia is she that girl. I love me some Nia.
Yeah,
especially this one. I love this more confident her.
Oh yeah. Nia is her and Bayley had a real good one again. Her and Bayley, that was the first title match Nia ever had, was against Bayley at a takeover. Way back when for Bayley's NXT Championship. Mm-hmm. They had never really fought for a title since. I think their only other one-on-one match was like in 2017, and it was like an angle to write Bayley off, so it wasn't really much of a match. I like the way these two work together. I think they're pretty good. They're like underrated enemies. I think they work well together. Bayley is very good at selling Nia's size and Nia's strength and having to try to pull things out. That power bomb she got on Nia I thought her knees were going to give out. I mean, that was incredible.
I would say, like, Nia's two best opponents are probably Bayley and Naomi. Like, those are probably the two best people she worked with. And Alexa, and probably going to be Tiffany whenever they pull the trigger on that. Like, that would be the new age Alexa and Nia.
Did you think Tiffany was going to do it at SummerSlam?
No, just because she had gave her that new briefcase, and I'm like, oh, that's about to be on WWE show.
Yeah, they're going to have her hold that for
they're like, you want to buy this?
While.
No, I don't want to buy this.
They're going to have that around her for a while because they need to make some money. They need to make some money. I love that match between Nia and BBL Bayley.
As soon as I saw that, I said, oh, she's not cashing in no time soon. Good. But also, they're not doing with her what they knew with almost everybody else that has a briefcase and holds it for a while. She's not been a loser. You know what I mean? Like, she's competent, which I think is very different from how they used to do this shit. So, we'll see how this goes. But yeah, Nia wins it. Right thing. I'm really happy for her. I think we're all pretty happy to see the turnaround the fans have for her. It's nice. It's a nice thing. Drew McIntyre defeated CM Punk in their special guest referee match. It was 17 minutes. What'd you think of this one? It was a decent match. I love the callback that I said was gonna happen with HBK, Brett, and Taker. It was decent. I'm shocked they had CM Punk lose, but hey, Drew McIntyre needs all the wins he can get. CM Punk is going to get a lot of wins. So I guess that Drew McIntyre is the king of bouncing back. As soon as he takes a major L, for some reason, he's just like, gets one win and boom, he's right back in the title picture again. So now when we get to the later match, I wouldn't be shocked that he out there talking about some, I want a shot at the title.
Yeah.
But, sir, no.
No. I think we're going to get another match here. I don't know if it's going to be a triple threat with Seth. I don't know if it's going to be a one-on-one. Punk only lost this because he's an idiot.
Right.
Like, in storyline, Punk is stupid. Because Punk and Drew are fighting over the bracelet. So it gets knocked around, and Seth grabs it to save it and puts it on his wrist so he knows where it is.
Right.
Punk has Drew up on his shoulders for the GTS. And then he drops Drew, and we're like, why is he what is he? And then you see it. You see the bracelet on Seth's wrist, and Punk's like, what are you doing? Are you messing with me? What are you doing? Just hit your finish.
Like,
Just hit your finish.
If that was a regular referee, would you question that, Punk? No. But because it's Seth Rollins and he said that he hates you, you think he's playing with you. He's trying to keep your stupid bracelet safe.
Yeah.
So, Punk, that loss is on you. Like, I expect you to be smarter than that as old man Logan. That was a very dumb moment of you showing emotion, showing weakness, and it lost you the match. As it should have. If he was Wolverine, Logan would have got shot.
Let's see. Kiddo said it was a good story-driven match. They brought the intensity. Cookie says it's come full circle. You kept calling Drew stupid and unable to see the forest for the trees, and now that's Punk. Yeah. Yeah. Essentially. Yeah. This is a turning point for Drew, and this is Punk's going to further delve into madness, as we see here. He's going to claim that Seth screwed him, even though Seth didn't do that at all.
Right.
Like, later on in the night, we see Damian Priest can see the screen, and he sees a recap happen to explain something.
Right.
And I was like, why didn't Punk? Because Punk gets mad because Seth gets knocked out when Drew hits Punk and him in the ropes. So Seth hits the floor, has to crawl back in and do a cover and try to count the pin. He finally gets in 1, 2, and Drew kicks out. And Punk is screaming at him, why didn't you count the 3? Where were you? Like, you saw where he was.
Right.
He was out on the floor. So everything Punk did is just him getting more frustrated for literally no reason.
Like, he is always talking about he's the best in the world and how he is a student of the game, and he's making all of those type of rookie mistakes. Like, dude, focus on the object at hand, which is beating Drew.
Yeah.
Like, the ending we all assume would probably happen would be him winning, and the way he wins on top of winning is he's standing over Drew. Drew is knocked out, and he takes that bracelet off of him and puts it on, and he walks away. But no.
And I guess that's a story, which is, again, story-wise, it is really interesting. Like, that's what they've been doing great with Punk, as much as, a lot of us have been detractors of his. You can't deny it's a good fucking story.
It's a good story. It reminds me, honestly, of Stone Cold, Triple H, and Mankind at this point. This is a good ass story that doesn't have nothing to do with the title. These are just 3 people that's just here. Seth is playing the role of Mankind.
Yeah. 3 guys that are kind of stupid in their own way, mad at each other, not really any real reason.
Right.
I mean, Drew has a reason to be mad at Punk, but I still don't understand why Drew and Seth are mad at each other. Like, I don't get that one, but still, it's fun. It's fun. Next up, Gunther defeating Damian Priest to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Man,
good ass match.
I knew. Remember when they were in NXT, him and Braun, man, both these guys, one of these days, they're gonna be champions of the main roster. And it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a few years. It's gonna happen. They both won like a title on the same night.
Right.
Gunther taps. Well, he doesn't tap out Priest. Priest is unable to wake up. He gets trapped in the sleeper.
Put him to sleep.
Yeah, this was brutal. If you were looking for like a hard hitting fight, it was this. I think Damian Priest has gotten a lot of shit for his run. But I think it was a good run for him.
That was a good run for him. It was a great, probably, I hope it isn't a Dolphin run. I hope it isn't his only title run. It was a good first title run for him. he did a great job as champion. He carried the brand. He carried Judgment Day, especially because I'm pretty sure they never foresaw. They definitely probably had it going to be the Terror Twins with him and Rhea, both running Judgment Day as champions, and she got hurt, and he put Judgment Day on his back, and he carried that storyline to completion until Mommy could come back. He definitely killed the run. He killed the transitional champion term. Like, as much as we thought he would be a transitional champion, he had 4 title defenses. He had a good run. So I would not be shocked if this is not just the first. This is not the only time he's a world champion.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to get back there soon. A year, another year. So it's kind of like dealing with the Judgment Day stuff with Finn Balor and everything. But he did great. He did great. Him and Gunther tore each other apart. Cookies says Gunther's titty meat was raw. He was like that guy from Family Guy that said, "Is that what I've been doing to people? I deserve to be in here."
Yeah, he's proven you don't have to win the NXT title to be a world champ. Him and Gunther both. Gunther was only the NXT UK champ. And Priest only won the North American title. And they both getting the world heavyweight championships off of that. So,
because we can say anything we want about how great the UK title run was, and in reality, if it comes to WWE, that belt means nothing.
Right.
That belt doesn't mean anything, right? Because that belt's dead. And you look at the contender, the people that have won it right now. We have Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, Gunther, and Ilya Dragunov. Between those 4, we have on the main roster an Intercontinental Championship, a World Championship, and that's it. And they're both come from Gunther. So that's all Gunther. That UK title doesn't mean a damn thing.
If Pete Dunne is on Raw and NXT, Tyler Bate is just collecting women, and Dragunov is still pretending to be dead at the moment by the hands of Braun.
Yeah. But no, it's a great thing. Gunther deserves it. My God. It's gonna be an exciting, fun few months with him. I don't know how long he holds it.
I saw someone let him break Bruno's record. I'm like,
fuck no, not now, not absolutely not. Are you shitting me? Whoever said that needs to be kicked in the nuts. No, we're not doing any more multi-year reigns. We're done with that for a while, for a very long time. He already had a 2-year Intercontinental Championship run.
That is an instant NWO Hall of Famer because it's been a rare moment. He has not had a belt.
Yeah, that's going to be one of the craziest stats that is still true to this day. He has had a belt more than he has not had a belt while he's been wrestling in WWE. He rarely ever is without gold. So we should have known he was winning.
It's cold.
It's chilly.
Belt. That's why he got that jacket on.
Priest and Gunther beat the hell out of each other. It's a great match. Finn Balor comes out to try to encourage Priest, and at first I was like, "Oh, is he gonna join Gunther?" And then Gunther hoofed him in the face. Like, nope, no, he's not. Nope, that's not what's happening. Gunther booted his jaw off through the ropes. Like, holy shit! Okay, maybe
it felt like some trash.
that happened, and I was like, maybe he's not turning tonight. Maybe that's not happening tonight, but it is. It is. It came.
He turned. Priest, just not on Gunther. He changed his mind. On second thought, I'm not gonna turn. I am not even trying to.
You know what, Gunther? We're cool. We're all right. We're
great.
Priest gets mad because Gunther hit Balor, so he fires up, hits a few of his big kicks, does the Razor's Edge, hits the South of Heaven choke slam, goes to pin, and right as the ref is about to hit 3, Balor shows up and drapes Gunther's leg over the rope.
And that's when everybody got mad. That's when we gonna hit this match. Y'all knew he was turn on him eventually.
It was happening. Like if you're watching WWE and you see that and you're like, oh, I don't like when they do this. That's on you. That I don't know what to tell you at this point. If you're like watching this and being upset about it, that's what they do. If you think a turn is going to happen, then it's going to happen. So there you go. You know, I do kind of hate that. I think every match of Priest for defending that belt had interference in it. And that does kind of suck. But overall, he had a good run. After that happens, Priest is he stands up, catches his breath, and then he turns around. And then what they do is they show us the replay of the footage of Finn.
He's standing there clear as day watching it.
Standing there, arms on his waist, like, well, shit.
I was like, that backfired on y'all because y'all didn't even think about that screen being behind him, and he's supposed to be playing. He's supposed to be looking off in the distance. He's like, fuck, there's a screen right there. Look at the screen now.
We're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to play this.
Like, he's looking at the replay. He is definitely not looking at the replay.
He was looking that direction. It was over here, but you couldn't stop it. You couldn't. He turns around and gets mad at Balor, and then Gunther attacks him. Powerbomb, clothesline, sleeper. Priest fights out, and then Priest kicks out of a pin and immediately goes to choke Finn Balor through the ropes.
That's what he fucked up.
You're stupid.
He should have took that energy and put it towards Gunther.
Like, you could have won this, but so he does that. So because of that, Gunther pulls him away. Sleeper locks it in, and we have a new champion. Really great match. Fun finish.
Really good match. We have our fourth World Heavyweight Championship. World Heavyweight Champion. We went from complaining about Seth being a champion for so long, and now they have hot potatoed the shit out of this title now. After Drew had it for 6 minutes, it's been Priest for 4 months, and now to the champion we all knew it was going to go to in Gunther. But like Greg said, I don't know who could possibly beat him. And now the best thing about it, we don't have a Money in the Bank at the moment. There's no Money in the Bank to use as a plot device. Yeah. So if you beat Gunther, you beat Gunther.
Yeah, you got to just actually beat him. That's why I'm kind of nervous because I hope he doesn't lose it in like a multi-person match. Don't do this.
It's got to be an elimination chamber or some shit by the time he's losing. He's got to lose on some bullshit. They got to find Undertaker ways for that man to lose now.
Cookie says, I think it's because everything is so fucky. Like almost every match had interference. That's true. Like outside of.
And then the ring, the rope slipped. So that fucked up that match.
Yeah. I think it was 2 matches overall. So like 7 matches on the card. If you want to count Punk, Drew, and Seth having fuckery because of Seth being there in general, we'll count that. So it's 5 matches out of 7 that had fuckery.
Oh, yeah, I see what Cookies means now. I read that wrong. Yeah. Yeah, definitely it was definitely a fuckery-filled SummerSlam. Like, they got the Cleveland. And
Braun and LA had clean wins. Outside of them, fucky.
And even the matches that should have been on SummerSlam, on SmackDown, fuckery. The Bloodline Tag Team Title match that had fuckery in it. The women's Tag Team Title match that had fuckery because Blair Davenport came in and interfered. So like that would have been 2 nights of fuckery.
Yeah, so I can see people being upset about that. That's where, like, okay, sure, but just off of the idea that you don't get like instant 5-star classics, like that's not what this company does.
Like, if you just looking at the stories building up to SummerSlam, you would have known you weren't gonna get no 5-star classics.
who are you gonna get them from? You know, like Braun is not the kind of guy to get a 5-star match. LA Knight isn't either. You know, Nia Bailey. You're like,
Like,
you're
Mommy in
not
her
going to
first
get.
match back
Yeah,
versus
and
Liv Morgan.
I
Nah,
saw people getting it for her and Punk. People were like, "Oh, these matches weren't intense enough." Like that's because they're their first matches back from injury. You can't give like your 110% when you're
you want them to get
Rhea
rehearsed?
isn't fully back yet. She's still hurt. Like she should have been out longer, but they brought her back for SummerSlam. So she's wrestling where it's still tender. There's still problems
Right.
there. And then Punk is made of duct tape and toothpicks. So you got to be real careful with him. You know? The final match was yeah, a little too fucky, not in the fun way. Yeah, exactly. Cody Rhodes defeated Solo Sikoa in the Bloodline Rules match. This
Woo, we knew what was gonna happen, but boy, was it awesome.
it was, but before that last like 4 minutes of this match,
It was.
it wasn't good.
I saw somebody say, they said, I've seen enough of Solo Sikoa. I don't need to see him ever again in the main event. He sucks.
Nah. So the
I
thing
wouldn't
about, like,
go that far.
no, we've said that about people before, and they end up being better later on. Solo's very young. He has not been doing this for a long time. Like they rushed him up to the top to be part of Bloodline, and they decided to make him the new tribal chief. So that's kind of on them for forcing that on us. Because remember when he beat Cena, people were like, "Oh shit, look at Solo." It didn't take long for that to wear off because we realized he's still really green. Doesn't really have his own identity yet. And yeah. Cody, I said this in our chat the other day. I think you might have agreed with me or somebody else might have. Cody is good, but Cody is not carry a match by himself good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like,
unfortunately, that's just how it is. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just he can't. Some wrestlers can carry a match with a broom in it. Cody can't do that because that's what that was. But it's also, Matt, it's also a Bloodline Rules match, which means it is more story focused than it is wrestling. And if that's the thing about doing this with Roman at Mania, Roman's shit talk is so good.
right.
And like his body language. And it's just like watching him just move around the ring. He's oozing charisma. He's talking a lot of shit. He's saying things to piss off the crowd, but also get people at home popping. Solo doesn't do any of that.
That's why when soon as they started, this whole Solo is trying to be the tribal chief, I kept looking at him and I said, "You are nothing but Solo Suge Knight." Like, yeah, Suge Knight was scary. Suge Knight could talk, but that was about he had an aura around him, and not the way that everybody's been using it on Twitter. He just had the proper aura around him, where it's like, yeah, I ain't gonna fuck with this dude. But now the real tribal chief has showed up, just like Greg said, the guy who has the charisma, the guy that has it, and it's like, oh shit, yeah. A lot of this on top of that has been backfiring on Solo's behalf, just because they have brought in a guy who's essentially a baby Roman in Jacob. Like, Jacob is everything they want Solo's character to be. And seeing all of that Jacob has been doing, and then we're like, yeah, we're getting Solo versus Cody. We're like, we supposed to be scared of. We're supposed to be scared of this dude. You see the dude he got behind. I'm scared of no Solo. We not worried about no Solo. We're scared of the dude that's called the werewolf. That's the street.
Yeah. and even him, like when he's screaming on the apron, like when they were doing that tag match on Friday, and they're just beating the shit out of DIY, and he's screaming, "I love you, my tribal." Like he's so animated and aggressive.
Right.
And Solo is this like quiet killer. And it's a different thing. And it's not a bad thing that he's different. It's just you plugged him into a slot that he didn't fit in. It's like when we had Roman as a babyface for like 3 years, when clearly the best option, especially after he beat Taker, was to make him a heel. They just didn't do it. Well, Solo, he's a bad man. He's a killer, but he's not a talker. At least not yet.
Yeah. Because he hasn't talked for so long that now it's awkward to hear him speak as much. Like when he was talking, he was in NXT. And they killed that off as soon as they brought him up on the Clash. Besides, like as soon as that happened, he was a mute. You killed all the talking. They got rid of that. They eliminated that by making him a silent street enforcer. So now you want us to take him seriously because he's talking. Okay, but he's not that good of a promo because he hasn't had time to actually build up his promo skills. So, like, what do y'all expect? Like, y'all really are expecting us to just fall in line that this guy is the new guy? Like, nah. It fell flat. Like, but I feel like Solo got along. He'll come back. He'll rebuild from this.
Yeah, Solo's not like people are just vehemently mean and like just pointlessly aggressive towards Solo about like wanting him to go away forever and like get him out of the cup. Like it's not that bad, guys. It's
like
just
he's good. Like the downside of all this, he's about to get a match with Roman. Like that's all this has been. This was the whole payoff. We all knew he wasn't going to win the title. We knew he wasn't winning. A lot of us kept saying, well, what if? Yeah, what if? That was basically all it was. What if? Because we knew he wasn't going to win. We was waiting on Roman to return. Now it's going to be Roman versus him. And probably Roman versus Jacob. Or Roman versus Tama. It ain't going to be Roman versus Tonga. It's going to be Roman versus those tag champs and Solo. One of them three is going. He's probably going to go through all of them tag champs before he gets to Solo.
Speaking of Tonga, Jesus. So in this match, Tonga Loa, brother. And I'm not going to say shit because, like, I'm not a wrestler. For me to say someone sucks is stupid.
He just catches himself in the most unfortunate.
That camera is always on him when something bad's about to happen. He picked up Cody to drive him into the corner, and he missed the corner. And he hit the ropes, and Cody had to react like he was, and he had to like drag himself kind of into the corner for the spot to work. Wasn't his best. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton come out to try to help, and they get taken out. And Jacob does his big splash onto the table outside, and he ends up hurting his leg. We don't know yet if it's real or not. So he immediately is selling his leg and screaming. And we were like, oh, fuck. Jacob just got injured right at the worst possible moment.
Right when he wins the belt.
Right when he wins the belt, right when Roman Reigns comes back.
Right.
Couldn't have happened at the worst time. Then we see reports from Fightful Select and a few others that Jacob was supposed to sell his leg after that spot.
And some of the people I follow on Twitter they've came up with this whole theory that Jacob is a sleeper agent. He's a double agent. Oh. So all those times where he's saying, I love you, my tribal chief, and all that sort of stuff, he ain't really talking to Solo. So when he heard Roman's music, I'm hurt.
Okay. That's not a bad theory, Matt. I don't hate that.
So I'm like, I could see that. That'd be scary as hell. I honestly feel like all of them are working. They're all working for Rock, in my opinion. They're working for Final Boss. They ain't working for Roman. They ain't working for Solo.
Yeah, the Rock absolutely is getting. That's why they keep saying Tribal Chief. I keep thinking they mean the Rock, but maybe I don't know. Tonga looks at times looks like a rookie. I saw somebody share. Do you remember when Drew McIntyre and LA Knight were in TNA and they were with Tongaloa and they were with they were part of a group. I can't remember what the group was called, but they were a trio and someone was like
Rising. I shared that video.
The Rising.
The Rising. The Rising wins again.
It was you. That's right. It's like Drew McIntyre beat Punk. LA Knight, U.S. champion. Tongaloa didn't hurt himself. Night for the Rising.
Another win for the Rising. Like we out here treating Tonga like the accidents at work sign. Like, damn, he ain't hurt himself, y'all. Woo! 6 days without an accident.
Oh God, man. I don't know. I've watched him in New Japan. I'm not saying he's amazing, but I know he's better than what he's been doing. I don't know if it's
see, you read my mind because I'm like, he wasn't acting like this in New Japan. What is it that as soon as he comes to WWE, he just has the yips all of a sudden and can't do anything right? And now it makes even more sense. It's like, I see why they put the belts
on Jacob instead of you.
On Jacob and Tama, and not the actual tag team that we thought y'all would be.
It reminds me of when Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows came over. And everyone was like, oh shit, the Good Brothers? Okay. Because like they were like running roughshod in New Japan.
Right.
And like, all right. Gallows has gotten a lot better since he was in WWE last time. And he shows up and like, I promise he was a lot better in Japan. I promise he was so much better. Like Carl Anderson came over being Carl Anderson.
They just have just the yips or something. They just can't get out of their own way. Yeah. And as soon as they get WWE off of them, they find their talent again. Yeah. Because there's no way. Tonga was not this bad. And now all of a sudden this man can't do nothing right.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell is going on. I hope he figures it out because he's going to get replaced by Hikuleo or Zilla at some point. They like there's like what 5 or 6 other people they can grab from the indies.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jacob, can we get a shout out for Jacob Henry who just signed with WWE? Yeah, so Mark Henry's son graduated a few years back. He's a power lifter, football player, and he's now signed with the WWE.
So we'll be sure to see him on NXT level up eventually.
It makes a lot of sense since Mark just left AEW that all of a sudden his son is with WWE. I'm trying to see if is it an NIL thing or is this just straight up? Yeah, he is signed to wrestle at Oklahoma right now.
Oh,
I think this is an NIL deal. It doesn't say, but I think he's gonna wrap up things in Oklahoma over the next few years, and then he's gonna go over there. Good for Mark, good for his family, good for Jacob. That's awesome. It's awesome. Do you listen to Busted Open at all?
I don't. What happened on there?
Well, so Mark has been on there for years. And every he said I Busted Open, he's still going to go to Oklahoma to wrestle. Okay. Thank you, Reggie. As Jacob's been growing up, Mark would have him on a little bit like, hey, you want to talk about this pay-per-view? Or what did you think of this, Jacob? Or like,
oh, yeah.
So we've heard him when he had his little kid voice all the way to what he is now. So it's kind of interesting that we kind of just saw the rise of this kid. So yeah, he'll go to Oklahoma wrestle, and that's gonna be cool, man. It's gonna be great. I know it kills Mark that he went to Oklahoma. Right. I know that hurts like hell because Mark's a big Texas fan. That had to hurt like a knife to the back. But yeah. Roman comes back, saves Cody. He comes in and Solo kind of stands up. He thinks Roman's gonna help, and then he gets Superman punched and speared.
Got a new theme. Got a new T-shirt.
How do you like the theme?
I like the new theme. I forgot. It's basically the same thing we heard when he came out the last night on WrestleMania. It was kind of something like that. It matches.
It's a good little remix.
It matches them.
Yeah.
Like I
don't think you can compete with it. Like that original one was at all-time theme. It's an incredible theme song. But a new kind of more sped up, upbeat for more face or not as
more majestic instead of a final boss. No pun intended for Rock. Like instead of that
less
final
iron
boss sounding,
less like rule with the iron fist kind of thing. Yeah.
Like now it's the only tribal chief is here. Like he came in to save the kingdom. To get on like, oh yo, I'm here. I'm finally back. And the podcast I listened to, they brought it up and basically said like this is the first time like probably forever where we see a wrestler go from like rejected and then like rejected by the fans, then super hated by the fans as the tribal chief, even though we knew he was the guy. Like we rejected him. A lot of us rejected Roman when he was being shoved down our throats because he was just, I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy.
I'm the guy.
Yeah. You suffering succotash. I'm like, oh goodness, that people didn't like that because we knew what they were doing. But because thanks to COVID, he took the time out, he went home, and he came back as the asshole that we knew he was, the character we all wanted, and that character finally got humbled at WrestleMania. He disappeared again, and now he is back as the guy.
That was the OTC, the one tribal chief or whatever it is.
Yeah,
original tribal.
Someone said over the counter. Oh.
Not the over the counter. That's what I first thought of because I was, I worked at a pharmacy for a while. The first thing I thought was like,
"This Roman OTC."
This is Roman on NyQuil. Before we get into the news, say, hey, Mongo, it's crazy how we've seen him and Izzy grow up on Busted Open. Yeah, it's because Izzy's now like a champion in some indie promotion. It's crazy. We were watching that girl cry her eyes out at the Bailey Saucer match. And then if you listen to Busted Open, she shows up every now and then on call to like give predictions and talk about things. She was like skipping school every now and then to make a call to Busted Open to like talk about wrestling, which was a little weird. Parents shouldn't let her do that, but it's fine. It was cool to see stuff like that. So that is fun. I agree with you, Reggie. That really is. I feel old. Old that Izzy wrestles now. That's right, Mission Pro and Thunder Roses. Yeah, like, so wild, dude. It's crazy.
She's basically a grown up. Her dad is still probably being challenged by Lindsay Dorado.
Her dad is in witness protection, hiding from Lindsay Dorado. That man is on site for Lindsay.
Right.
Before we get into Raw, let's talk about some Becky Lynch rumors. So you saw it. You totally over the weekend, Becky Lynch went on Instagram to talk about the A&E documentary that was shown last night, right?
Right.
And she put up a post that made people think she was retiring from wrestling for good. And that's not what it meant. That's not. It was. She timed it with the thing happening. It was just her being
literally
thankful.
Thanking you for watching that show.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a fan. So this is the thing. It says it's been a hell of a career. Being the man for all of you was an honor. Being the mom for her is a privilege. Thanks for watching my bio on AETV. So you got Natty here. Truly enjoyed this. Best is yet to come. you know. But and now all these comments, did you just retire? This sounds like a retirement. What? Like,
And I'm like,
it's not a retirement.
you saw me. I'm sitting up there like in the midst of watching House of Dragon. I'm thinking, did you just retire? I'm like, do y'all not? There is other stuff happening, not called Dragons right now, y'all. A&E just had on her biography. She's thanking you for taking the time out to watch her biography. But everybody's like, did you just retire? No. No,
It's not retirement.
Retire.
It sounds like retirement. No, she's just, it's not, unless she says she's retired, she's not retired. It's just, she's enjoying time away. Let her enjoy her time away. It's probably going to be the Rumble at the earliest that she comes back. If she comes back then, she might take a whole year off. And you know what? She's earned it. She's earned time off. But no, it's not a retirement.
I feel like if she retired, they would make a bigger deal out of it. Just like they made her pregnant. Like, she got to announce her pregnancy on TV. So I'm pretty sure they would be like, oh, yeah, the man is definitely going to be a mom. Like, I'm going to be a mom permanently now. Like, I'm good.
Yeah. Shamrock Sapp mentioned Fightful Select that they have reached out to sources in the WWE to see if they heard anything, and their sources said, I mean, she hadn't retired as far as we know, nothing official. You know, if anything come by, she'd let us know, but she's also not under contract, so she could do it without us, but she probably wouldn't do that. So no, she's not retired.
I'm like, she's making appearances as Becky Lynch. So she ain't going all the way.
No, she's not gone. She's gonna come back, guys. It's relax. Everybody chill out. All right, let's get into Raw tonight. Of course, the thing that everyone's most excited about more than anything else is the debut of the Wyatt Six.
They are going to murder the Creeds in Gable. I know they are going to be on the big edge.
Yeah, probably for the best. That's probably for the best. We're going to get Awesome Truth taking on A-Town Down Under because I guess all of Raw's roster isn't there.
On SmackDown, but
hey, that brand split's sure sticking together, isn't it? Yeah, I'm guessing like maybe some of the Raw roster couldn't get back in time.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, why is the SmackDown team on here? Y'all better. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna hope y'all make it make sense.
We didn't talk about it, but on SummerSlam, I think you mentioned it. Jelly Roll was there.
Slammed the shit out of Austin Theory.
Jelly Roll hit a perfect 1999 masked cane choke slam on Austin Theory. Theory leaps for these choke slams because he did the same thing for Taker.
I was just like, oh my God, y'all got Jelly Roll looking like a Def Jam Fight for New York person. Like, he looked like he's going to do better.
Bring back Def Jam. I need Jelly.
Right.
Truth ended up sending out a tweet saying he was really happy to meet Post Malone. Really excited for that.
Never changed, Truth.
Never changed, buddy. The New Day's back in action as a group tonight. Kofi Kingston's back from his injury to join Xavier when they take on AOP. And people are wondering if Woods is going to turn on Kofi tonight. No, but they're taking an L tonight. They're probably taking that L, which is Team Raw dropped them for a reason. If anybody else wants them, they're y'all's. Go ahead.
I have A-Town Down Under, so I might be picking up.
Like, yep, A-Town Down Under's not winning belts back. Let's just go with what we can get. Should be a fine match. You know, I just don't think. I think New Day are in the middle of a losing streak coming up.
Right.
Then again, it is Cross's team, and Cross can't get shit in WWE. So who the hell knows? I didn't know who I was more impressed with that chokeslam, Jelly Roll or Theory. Theory sells his ass off. I think people are starting to realize how good Theory is at making others look good. That's when they were at that Evolve show, Evolve 10th anniversary, like, what was it, 5-6 years ago? It was right before he came to NXT.
Like that.
He won the Evolve Championship and the WSW Championship for JD Drake. And I had to write about it. And I was like, this kid is the future of this company. This kid is great. And that was years ago. He has just gotten better and better. He's gotten so much better. I think people are like actually ready for the face turn, which is going to be interesting. A face Austin Theory is going to be strange because he has the face of a dick. He does. He has the face of a guy you want to punch. But it might work. We'll see.
When you're standing next to a Waller, anybody could be a face.
Fair enough. Speaking of people that might have been injured, guess who's back tonight? We got Sheamus taking on Ludwig Kaiser.
European elegance is back, baby.
That's right. Ludwig Kaiser back to ruin Sheamus's day. Pete Dunne probably going to interfere again.
Right.
You know? And Pete Dunne, I think tomorrow he's facing Trick.
Yeah.
For the second night of Great American Bash. So he's going to have a busy week. Dakota Kai takes on Sonya Deville. Damage Control returned last week.
Ew.
Beat the shit out of the stud line. So now we're going to have those two go off. Again, these are probably the two best women's tag teams outside of Jade and Bianca.
Right.
And down the line is the champions, you know. So this division is so bad. It's just they have a lot of talent, but the division sucks.
That tag division is the Super Fighter 6 division now.
Yeah, it is. I'm terrified of it. The Wyatt Six compete for the first time on Raw against Chad Gable and the Creed brothers. It is, of course, going to be Eric Rowan, Dexter Lumis, and Joe Gacy. If you want to know what those masks might be references to, since old Tom Savini, Hollywood icon, did the masks along with Jason Baker, you can check out my new article that I put up.
Give Mongo those clicks.
Right there. It's right there. You can go to I write occasionally. It happens. Yeah, Wyatt's getting a clear dub here. I don't know why anyone would say otherwise. This is going to be a squash.
It's gonna be a good ass massacre.
Yeah, it's gonna be brutal. I'm excited to see what Lumis and Gacy have come up with since they've been off TV.
I'm excited to see what happens to the Alpha Academy, to this new one, because usually what would happen to people after they lose to them is they would change. Something on them would totally flip. Like Finn got destroyed by the Fiend, and that was the last time he was a face. Like that boy he got destroyed, and the next time we saw him was on NXT. He was kicking people in the head.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Something about to happen to them. Yeah,
I'm interested to see because I think Lumis has had more like physical personality since we've seen him with his mask. And last week when they beat up the Creeds, he was like dancing around the ring like he was fucking Muhammad Ali. He was
it's like him and Gacy switched.
Yeah, Gacy got a lot more serious. It's interesting. I'm really looking forward to this.
Like Rowan's talking shit. Gacy's just standing there.
Silent. Gunther is going to speak after winning the World Heavyweight Championship. The King General, the champion.
All poor.
And last but not least, we're going to hear about fallout from McIntyre and Punk's match, whatever the hell that means.
Punk is going to do drugs.
This loss, this is what causes it to happen. After everything he's been through,
this made him fall off. He is no longer straight edge.
He's off the straight and narrow. This is either going to be like them recapping the match and that's it, or one of them is at the show. I don't think we're going to see both of them, but maybe.
I'm going to show up with a gun. I want my rematch. Like, oh,
Seth! Walk backstage, just aim the gun at Seth.
He just walks in the
Why'd you take my bracelet?
Like, fuck fuck this. I quit.
Fuck it. Becky's retiring. I'm gone. We're out. We're done. So that's it for Raw. We'll see what happens tonight. And yeah, it's looking like a pretty fun show. I really need to see better out of that women's tag division, Matt. It's so bad. It's not the women's fault. They're all really good. It's just they don't give a shit about it.
It's all just C+ level, not even C+. It's just C. Just average. Everybody's just striving to be C+.
And that's terrible. Folks, you can follow us at facebook.com/underthingpod and twitch.tv/underthingpod. You can also get us at Linktree and Fingertip /underthingpod, where of course you're going to get our links. I am at Greg Bush SK. Again, article. I'm going to go look at it. You can see Kenny, man behind the camera, at Rock Ribs 44. You can see Mike, Teacher Man, at Mr. Fresh Beard. You can see our current Are You Ever Serious quiz champion, the final Maddie Reigns, at The Right Answer. You can see, I believe, our new predictions champion.
Tito is our new predictions champion.
I think Tito's held this belt more than we have, more than any of us have. That man wins that belt every other month. At Borrego Maliente, and then last but not least, our good friend and local news correspondent, Justin D. Baxter. Folks, have a wonderful night. We'll see you back here tomorrow for NXT. Talk about what happened tonight. We'll talk about what you can expect at Great American Bash tomorrow. Any crazy ass news that happens. Hopefully nothing. And get y'all ready for more wrestling.
Do it down, y'all. Peace out. Have a great night.
Till then.
Hey.
Be easy. Peace.